Hey, Taco! How you doing, buddy? You haven't played in a while, Joker? You should probably get on that, buddy. Game paused off the get-go. Okay, well. Okay. Okay. Should be able to get a kill on him. Unless he's boots first. He's not. You should be able to kill him. Alright, so you could have killed Rubik over here. Because 290 movement speed and 315 movement speed. You don't know what he has as a skill. So you should have at least done something to maybe force an interaction of his spell. You know, Rocket Barrage level 1 is really, really strong. You could kill Rubik pretty easily with 2 procs of that. With a mixture of right-click and then just, you know, the ability in itself. Alright, let's, what? Support Terrorblade in the offlane. I don't know, he had a ward at least. Okay, Orb of Venom, Tangos, you got Rubik out here, no regen on Rubik. So these are all things that I would have done as you in the game. I would have been checking all of these things immediately as it's kind of panning out. Nature's Prophet's pulling the small camp, and working on last hits. Regarding his starting items, I would not have gotten the Clarity. I probably would have gotten the Ring of Protection still. I would have maybe gotten a Circlet with my rollout to get a faster Aquila. Double Branches is fine. I don't think you need the Clarity, though. You can get the Slippers of Agility from the side shop if you didn't already know that. So you can use that to build into the thing. And there are some strategies that you can do on the Gyro or another character similar where you go for like a full pool into the Aquila. Sorry, so that shit's going on down there. But you make a good decision to go after the Rubik because you can actually kill him. But also, if you get on top of the Terrorblade, you would kill him too. So, like, the Terrorblade, all you need to do is literally get on top of him. You'll kill him with Rocket Barrage, because he's so squishy. And he's got really high armor, which means that magic damage will shred through him. So, like, right here, this is a dead Terrorblade, or it should have been a dead Terrorblade. So let's back this up again. A little bit more. And let's play this out. Okay, so you can see that they're contesting over here. Here you are on Gyro. You can see Dazzle's, and then you immediately go to the Rubik. But Terrorblade is going to be a much higher kill priority. As soon as he lifts you and you know that you can't get him, you should have switched your focus from here to over here, to this Terrorblade. Because you know that that shit's going on. Actually. That's how I want to have it. Cool. Just like that. So I'm watching from your view perspective, although I'm on free cam. Because look, you're getting your Circlet and Slippers from the base. Whereas, like, if you had, but you still need to get the recipe too. What I was trying to get at is there's some builds that people will do where they will get a Circlet and then the recipe, and then they'll get the Slippers at the side shop to finish the Wraith Band. So like right now, the biggest thing that I could say is just like CSing. CSing is pretty big, and then you could have had a couple kills too in the lane already. All right, so let's see where you're at.
Thanks from above. Denied.
Alright, so you've got your Aquila coming. I'd expect you to get boots next, ASAP. Because if you look at it, like, think about all this regeneration you have, and we haven't even, like, done anything with it. So,
Oh, man, I
like,
just got some of that first blood going.
to put it in perspective, you have 3 Tangos, 1 Salve, and a Clarity. You check Rubik, he has had no regen a lot of the times, and he had Tangos ferried out. You check Terrorblade, he has no regeneration. Therefore, you should be trying to trade hits. Because you have regeneration, and they don't, if you zone them out, they have to go back to the well to heal. If they try to zone you out, you use a Tango or a Salve. So that's something that's pretty important to recognize in the lane, and then, you know, to act accordingly with it, you know, to either be aggressive or act passively. Because if you force them out, you'll either kill them, or you'll send them to the well. Either way, good things for you. Alright, you got 400 Gs, what are you doing? What are you doing? You sell your branch for boots. I would have sold the Clarity, because I don't know when you're going to use this Clarity. When are you going to burn out 400 mana almost? It's kind of something I'm thinking about. Because think of it in a similar way. You've got full mana pool, literally now. So if you don't already have mana regeneration, then you're wasting the prospect of that active mana regeneration that Gyrocopter has. So even having slightly less than max mana is ideal because you have mana regeneration coming in. So we're not being as efficient as we could be with our spell usage, and we're not being as efficient as we could be with being aggressive. Because, again, neither of these guys have regen. Like, one Tango, that's negligible. I'm not sure what that movement was into the jungle. But that should have pointed out that you know that there's a ward in that area. Because it wasn't spawn, and Nature's Prophet wasn't over there. So, missing a little bit more CS here. Nothing that I'm going to harp on too much, but at the same time, that's basic mechanics. So, like, you're playing against Dota right now. Oh my god, he lifted you into the tower? So, you could have broken the tower aggro maybe and then switched in on that. Pudge. Good salve, and... You gonna get him? I don't know. He's bottling up now. I would be concerned if I were you. Cool. Dazzle's on you, boy. That was a pretty clunky fight. You could have gotten through that much quicker. Let's check it out. So I backed up a little bit again, naturally. So we checked. We saw that this isn't there, right? So again, I'm watching from your view perspective. You know that this Pudge comes. You can't not. Well, maybe you could. So, you know, he was here, and now you know Pudge is missing and coming bottom. So this is entirely from the minimap. So this whole everything of Pudge eventually coming down here and then going on you and so forth could have been avoided by you acknowledging that Pudge was there because you looked at the minimap. I wouldn't have gone into the trees so immediately, personally, because like these guys are both so low. This should be a triple kill for your squad down here. It should be a triple kill. Let's see how it pans out, though. I'm kind of expecting both of those guys to just back now at this point. Yeah. Hopeslayer, if you want to come in Discord, you're more than welcome to. If you want to have an active discussion on the game. Otherwise, feel free to sit back and relax and chat and, you know, say your thoughts as I'm going through the game. So you got this Blades of Attack that's purchased at the stash, so it's, you know, you can buy all those components from the side shop. So I'm not sure if that was a panic buy in this instance, or you were trying to just be like, all right, I've got the money. Click. If we look at player perspective, you do have it on quick buy though, so that's good. I didn't even realize he used the clarity with how fast it was gone. Let's get it back on player perspective just for a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, back to the farming, back to the lane. You can see pings getting thrown in the jungle of Pudge killing Prophet because no one has map awareness. Pings still coming out in jungle, forewarning you of a potential Pudge coming to you.
Dire's middle
Checking the
tower is
minimap,
under
we know
attack.
Pudge is not actually coming at you, but that's not something that you know. Got our phase boots from the courier. Could have purchased that out at side shop. Ideally, you want to do that because efficiency of use of your courier is going to be really important, primarily for your mid and your offlaner, because it's going to be much less likely for them to be able to get to a shop in order to purchase the items that they need, whereas you in the safe lane should be able to get to this side shop relatively effectively, or efficiently, easily. Any of those words that start with an E. Dazzle with the poison touch on the creep. I like it. You take periodic damage, creep. So you TP top. Not entirely sure why, if I had to be entirely candid.
Let's get Trash me!
Yeah, I don't know why we went up there. Why'd you go up there? Because I'm not following your logic. I would have just stayed farming safe lane. Dazzle's dead now, so...
Communicated.
Because Dazzle by himself against just a Terrorblade, he'll die if his positioning's garbage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So there may have been a fight coming on top, but
Radiant's
it just
middle
wasn't
tower
responded
is
to
under
quick
attack.
enough. So we're walking out to lane,
Dire's top
and
tower
the
is under
wave
attack.
is pushed. So what I would have been doing in your position would actually have not been to immediately just go to the lane like this, but maybe to have gone mid or something like that. Farm that out. Find wherever the free farm is and go there, because like down here is a tri-lane that you're going against.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A smart pickup in this game would probably just be a casual magic stick too. With all of the spam that's going to be happening, it would be a nice passive way to help keep your mana especially
Radiant's
full.
middle tower is under attack.
So you don't want to always necessarily think of a magic stick for the HP that it gives you, because that's definitely why most people do, and it's pretty important, but much more so for the mana, because Gyrocopter can struggle with mana if you spam out all your shit. Rubik immediately steals call down, he didn't rocket barrage. So anytime you're, it's the same thing if you're like, whoa, I'm gonna back this up and watch it over.
Double kill.
Alright, so let's watch all of this again, okay? So these are the sort of things that you guys should be doing as players. If you want to get better on your own, you should be watching your games, then rewatching fights.
Radiant's middle tower
That's
is
really
under
what it is.
attack.
So we're watching Hopeslayer over here. Let's put it in his player perspective too. So we can see him CSing here. Screen positioning's a little bit awkward.
Radiant's middle
I would
tower
have it
is
so that
under
you would be
attack.
watching them a little bit more. So your positioning of your screen being much further up so that you can see them a little bit better. Okay, so you see the Slarks coming in, they're coming down. Okay, yep. See, you could have used Flak or numerous things, and it's really them getting your ultimate right here that's kind of killing you guys. Yeah, Dazzle wasn't able to get his spells off, but your team will be fine, but you shouldn't have died in this situation. You could have been okay. You could have definitely been okay. I mean, most of it came from him stealing Call Down. But that's just one of the important things. Like, if you're playing as an Enigma against a Rubik, I've actually had Rubiks be about to like steal my black hole, and I would like immediately cast Eidolon and stuff like that. You know, just like things like that. So just being aware of the last spell that you cast, or just like the speed of which you're casting spells, is primarily going to be mostly important against a Rubik. So if you're pushing towers, your Quill is on. If you can take your tier 1 early as a Gyrocopter, then that's good, because it makes it so that there's more space for you to farm, and you can also fall back in the jungle and farm that out too. Yeah, Hopeslayer, that's why you guys got murdered.
Regeneration!
Casual regen. So we're top now for some reason. We've been moving a lot. We're not farming this entire time we're moving. You need to remember that. Ideally, as a carry, you want to be farming as much as possible, and then looking for fights that are convenient for you. And I really do mean it like that, as in convenience, because like, you just bought TP, which is good, so you would want to be keeping your eyes on the minimap for mid and bottom. Having observed that mid is going to shit, you might want to consider bottom. But you're backing up again now! You're using Rocket Barrage on creeps in the jungle. You should be pressuring and pushing the tower. You want to force a response from the other team, and you're not doing that at all. You're just static jungling. So Dazzle's in the lane. He's pushing that out. He's forcing the fortify. You can see on the map that there's two rotating over here. You know that the Pudge is one, Rubik's the ladder.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And you're backing. I would want you to go right there and farm that, but let's see what you do. We're watching. Waiting. Okay, we're moving. We're gonna go farm that large camp. Now this, although good for the Rocket Barrage damage, you can minimize the amount of damage you're taking by, you know, attacking the creeps, running out, and then using the Rocket Barrage as they're running back in there. So we shouldn't have taken 400 damage from a creep camp, is the short version of that. Also, we're buying our Morbid Mask again from the base, and then you'll eventually get it with the Courier. Whereas, like, we're here, secret or side shop's right here, you could be buying it at the side shop. And let's... I would have immediately used Flak just under the concern that Rubik could have rotated. So, we'll see what happens. Because your ult's still the last spell you cast. You don't want to be pussyfooting around in the jungle over here. You should be pushing the waves. Okay, so you know Rubik's top, and you know that Rubik just stole Viper's ultimate. It's pretty much all you can steal from Viper. Alright, so let's back up and watch this again. Ready, guys? Alright, here we are. Remember, we've only got a quarter of our mana and then like 2/3 of our HP here. Morbid Mask is at the base. We have mana for just one Rocket Barrage. Positioning's a little bit bad. Oh, this terrible positioning. I don't know. You shouldn't have... Yeah, diving in on that over there against the Magnus is pretty silly because Magnus is going to have an RP. If you don't know if he has a big ult, like an RP or something, assume that they have it. So if your positioning was a little bit better here, you could have not died, and then probably followed up with your team and gotten some kills.
Dire's bottom tower
Yeah, Mafia, you're entirely correct. He should just be farming. He's looking for these fights because he's level 6, 9. Whereas you need to kind of think of power curves on Gyrocopter. So like if you have a phase boot and morbid mask, what do you contribute to a fight? Realistically, you've got the flat cannon damage. Phase boots gives a little bit of extra damage to that, so you can spread that out. However, Rocket Barrage, you've only got spells really. You don't have enough right click to really be effective here. Cool. Alright, you're farming jungle now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I wanna... Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. 53, 54. You could have attacked it once, ran away, and stacked it. So you could have stacked this camp, and then came back in and cleared it by using Flak and Rocket Barrage. So that's a little bit of just misefficiency. You could have just optimized that a little bit better and have gotten more gold out of that camp. And now we're TPing top again. Why? I don't know. We should be farming still. We should have been farming mid, getting that pushed out, farming this camp over here maybe, considering maybe stacking up the Ancients for yourself. A few different ways that you could have gone here, because you're still top now. Alright, still missing last hits. So like anytime it's you versus just Dota, you gotta be able to get all those last hits. That just comes down to basic mechanics. Alright, now we're backing.
Regeneration.
So again, 50, 51, 52. Is he going to stack it, or is he just going to clear it? Alright, so he's just going to clear it. So again, you were there at the exact timing that you could have ran off and stacked it if you wanted to. Now, when it comes to dominating a creep for stacking, it doesn't matter what you dominate anymore, because they all get given 1400 HP. So, literally, you can just grab a range creep from mid. There's no point in grabbing one of those big Centaur Conquerors, because they're worth like 90 gold. You're better off with something that's worth like 30 gold. So your eyes should be on the minimap pretty excessively. Seeing the Terrorblade's bottom, Slark's top. I don't know how much you're checking people's items, because Terrorblade has some good farm. Alright, we're still farming. We're blind right now. We have no vision. We have one ward and it's top. So this is pretty dangerous for you right now. Mostly because there's a Pudge off map. Alright, you know Pudge is top now.
Tower is under attack.
If there's a Pudge and a Rubik off map and you're a carry, you gotta play a little bit safe. Let's farm out that wave. Cool. So then from here, I would have gotten the next wave, and then I would have done the small camp, the medium, large, you know, I would have just farmed out the whole jungle. So we'll see what happens from here. So anytime that I'm playing, especially as like a carry, oh, and you leave the lane, no, you want to get these 4 creeps! There's 4 creeps! They're right here! And we're missing them, because we're going to farm a small camp. Think about the gold difference. You just got 24, and you're going to get like 36, 37, and you're going to get like another thing that's around like 25. If you were to just gotten the whole creep wave, it would have been more gold. I'm watching with the vision to Radiant Vision only, so we are only seeing what Hopeslayer sees here, guys. What are you doing with this dominated creep? It's just been sitting up here. I don't know if you've done anything with it yet.
Come, come.
Alright, not sure what your plan is down here now. You grabbed a TP scroll, and then you bought another TP scroll.
Dire's bottom tower
And now
is
you have a
under
Blade of
attack.
Alacrity too. I'm going to assume that's towards Ayasha. So 46, 47 second mark at this sort of time frame, you'd want to be looking to stack a camp for yourself to then go back and farm. Now where'd you just go? Top, to farm that out. So you left all the farm that was still near you to go farm where a Viper was. Do you understand why that sounds a little weird? Because you want to be looking for the most efficient spend of your time, because you want to not try and contest people for farm. If there's people farming there that are of an equal or comparable core value, or if they're just even contesting you for that nonsense, don't bother. Find where more gold is. Yeah, so if he did use that Centaur Conqueror to stack this camp once, he did, then like he should have already had that over there to do it a second and third time, because I know the durations and that time has elapsed. Alright, now you're not doing anything. Not sure what you're doing. Alright, you're moving. Oh, you were stacking. Okay, cool. Did you get it? You did. Cool. So you're farming this, and like this, look at this. This is where you wish you have a TP, because there's 4 bottom, and you're farming Ancients, because you don't have a TP scroll on you, because you TP top. This is like the fight that you would be coming in as a Gyrocopter. You turn the whole fight and kill everyone, but we don't have a TP scroll. You're farming Ancients. This whole fight here, you would have killed them all. Or your presence would have been enough to make them run away. See, like here, that's a dead Pudge. You should have been taking part of all of that. This Ancient stack is not going to go anywhere.
Tower is under attack.
Oh my god! Four in a row. He's now dominating.
All right, so Dyer's kind of dumb. So you killed 3 of them.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
So 22 minutes is where we're at. Farming. So even if you don't have like Ancients to screw around with, like you could be using this to stack like large camps for yourself too. That's something that people often forget on Gyrocopter. You could just stack a large camp up for yourself, and then you can use your ult to clear it. So don't be scared to do that, especially if your team's falling behind. You can always stack this to farm that later with an ultimate.
That should help.
Yeah, totally use your ult for farming, dude. Absolutely.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Hell
attack.
yeah, use it for farming.
Dyer's middle tower has
If you're
fallen.
not gonna have a fight happen, just use it to farm. I've used level 6 Crystal Maiden ult to farm before. It's not that big of a deal. You gotta really just kind of weigh out whether or not you think your team's gonna fight. Flak, 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 and then 2 hits.
Radiant's
Flak!
tower is under attack.
You're gonna get sundered. You could have flacked and killed him with 2 hits. But
Go, killing spree. Oh,
I don't know if you're unfamiliar with Terrorblade
Morty,
mechanics.
quit acting like a detective.
Invisibility.
So I'm thinking you could have been
Dyer's bottom tower is
probably
under attack.
like 8-0
Radiant's
right
top
now in
tower
this game.
is under attack.
Because you're 2, 4, and 7, I think you could have had probably around 8 kills. At the least 8 kills. That might almost be conservative. Alright. You're up. Where are we going? So again, you always want to be thinking in the future, 10, 15, 20 seconds in the future. I'm going here, then here, then here, then here. If this happens, then I'll go here. If this happens, then I'll go here. Just kind of things like that. You got to be always thinking with that sort of game sense philosophy. Yeah, Nostrapopoulos, he could have done that, but he didn't have a creep. His creep's gone. I don't know where the hell it went. Maybe Clinks ate it. I don't know when he lost his creep. I completely missed it. When or how it happened. People TVing out to the Dazzle TVing out to the tier 1! So important, guys. Back in on Hopeslayer. Alright, he's going for Saint Yasha. Well, honestly, if you have a dominated creep on, and then you eat it as Clinks, that's literally the most HP you can get from a creep. From any creep. A dominated creep always gives you the most HP, because it's 1400 HP. And when you dominate the creep, it sets the HP to 1400, I believe. Hopeslayer. Knowing your friend, the Clinks, he probably ate your creep. Nice, I like it. All you need is anything that's ranged. Anything that's ranged. The least gold, the better. On whatever you're dominating, if it's only for stacking, I would just get the ranged creep from the lane, honestly. If it's only being used for stacking. Or you can get the Satyr Banisher. Whatever, it's cute. But yeah, you took the big guy again. This guy's fine. He's got the healing. He's got the healing aura, so like you can fuck up a little bit and have him tank it, and then he'll survive and regenerate. But you also need to think anytime you're dominating something like that, you're throwing away like 90 gold. Not sure what you're doing here. Oh, okay, you're going for the stack. But you... Okay, good. I was about to say, if you block that from spawning, I will be sad.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Remember, guys, they did add the patrol command into Dota 2 from Warcraft 3 finally, so you can also do patrol for like camping, camp stacking and stuff. You just need to figure out the timing and the placement. Good. I mean, your driver's just sitting in a camp. So I would validate that you stack that. Your farming's not bad right now. You just gotta do it faster.
Fresh meat.
So what I would be thinking for you to be doing right now, from exactly where you are, without changing that, I would be farming this large camp. Then I would potentially farm the creep wave, because it would probably be like around, I don't know, almost by the river at that point. And then I would go to your large and your ancients in this area and then farm those. So I would have definitely farmed that large camp down here and then stacked that again, or tried to. I don't think you got that stack.
I'll take that.
Nope. Enemy team has eyes on it too. The fact that they haven't done anything to contest it is interesting. Or to contest you farming it, really? Rocket Barrage on Ancients is worthless. Don't do it. A lot of damage. Remember, you can do the thing where you take the creeps, you bait them out a little bit, and then as they're running back into the camp is when you hit them. Don't forget about that. It is so valuable because you're taking so much damage. Because remember, we went from 700 HP to 200 HP on the Ancients just now. And we didn't even finish it. And compounding on that, it's 2950, and we're not going to stack it again either. So we're missing out on that. If you're a position 1, you are farming, and then you're looking for fights that are convenient for you. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but it's true. You're focused on farming patterns. If your farming pattern aligns with a team fight, then do it. Now, granted, that's not like a cut and dry statement, but you want to at least have much more of that philosophy.
Oi! Fresh meat!
I don't know if you're... Okay, so you are going to the fight. Good, good, good. Because you have your Sange and Yasha now, so you're not in a bad spot. Just make sure that we make it... Okay, good. You used Rocket Barrage. You could have used Flak Cannon and killed him here. And you didn't see that your Clinks was getting picked right behind you. He just came out of vision too. So you could have turned on him.
Dire's bottom tower is under Dire's bottom tower.
That was a good juke on that. Can I say juke? I don't know if it was a juke or him just being ass.
Morty, watch out! It's a killing spree! Double kill.
So your team has no vision, so you're not going to be able to see him. But he's going to jump back in. Are you going to be able to follow up on him?
He's dominating!
I don't think so. He's going to have a Shadow Dance in 5 seconds. You're just going to die.
Oh, not so fast, Morty, because he just mega killed. It's a mega kill now.
He had a Shadow Dance even if he needed it, so you were definitely dead. No mana or anything. Just wasn't going to happen. If Slark jumps on you and he doesn't have a Basher, TPing out is the easiest way to deal with him. It's a very similar, same thing with Bloodseeker. Or honestly, any character that jumps on you early in the game that you think is going to kill you and you can't run away from it. Just TP out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Alright, so you were dead. Let's see what you're looking at. You looking for that stack? Let's see. They're pushing out that top.
Radiant's top tower has
It isn't so much as knowing how farmed Slark is, it's to recognize fights that you can win. And your mana. And your HP. And their mana. And their HP. Relevant cooldowns that were used. For instance, when he came out of the Silver Edge at the beginning and killed Clinks, is the time you go on him. Because he used it. You know, he wouldn't have gone invisible again immediately. Are you going to block that camp from spawning? No, you didn't. Good. I would have gone back in and farmed it then. Okay, just kind of watching from your perspective right now. Looks like you're going for an MKB next, which I don't know why. It's good flat damage, but are you worried that someone's going to get evasion on the enemy team? I mean, Slark is a Silver Edge. Were you concerned that someone was going to get evasion? I'm not really sure about that MKB pickup.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This Clink's about to eat your guy again. So 34 minutes just passed. You mean that way runes are up. We've moved around for probably, I don't know, the past 30 to 35 seconds without farming. I mean, prior to this Ancient at least. Those are all things you need to subconsciously be aware of. Anytime you're not farming, anytime you're not gathering experience is important. Because this game is entirely within your reach. You will out-carry as a Gyro. As long as you take smart fights. Very nice. And your team's dead. I wonder if you're watching the minimap to know this is happening. Okay. Here comes the ult. Rubik was not paying attention. That was a bad fight.
He's unstoppable.
And not just for the reason that you died.
You're safe.
It just was a bad fight. Let's look at it again. Alright, so here we are. We're coming in. Gyro ult used. You're going Rocket Barrage on the Terrorblade. He immediately uses his Q to kind of get a lot of damage out. You're pounced here. You're so dead.
He's unstoppable.
Again, one more time. Alright, whole perspective, guys. Alright, so the fight starts by your team getting caught out by getting hooked. You notice the fight happening, you come in, you drop your ultimate, Pudge dies off to the side, Terrorblade's going on you, you run to the left, and then you come a little bit to the right. That's where Slark's able to get the opportunity to get that lead on you. You should have just continued going to the left, but all in all, that was not a good engagement, not a good fight.
Double kill.
Nature's wrath.
Yeah. What Mafia is saying in chat is pretty relevant, so, you know, for the purposes of the VOD, I'll just reread it for you.
He's from Boston because
Your Viper was dead at the beginning of the fight. The team fight, comparatively, is not going to be as strong without the Dazzler directly being there, so you really shouldn't have fought that. You just need to know when to recognize that your team's going to die and there's nothing you can do. And let him die! Now, Richie Dagger's going to die now.
Radiant's middle
People are
tower is under
godlike
attack.
people. They're god
Godlike people! The God people! What do you know about those God people? Nothing.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Fresh meat. Invisibility.
Holy shit! Ownage.
Jeez, this Slark's just tearing up this game.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah, your whole team's just dying here and you're just off split pushing. You have a TP scroll so you could respond to these things. They're now diving the higher towers now also. I'm sure you were walking over because you recognize that it's happening, but you haven't clicked through the minimap to actually visually observe what's going on in the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Shallow wave.
Well, yep. I saw that coming. That was just bad positioning, so let's rewind that again and you can see that out again, okay? So you saw the Magnus moving too.
Fresh
It's kind of I mean, it was just that's a misplay. You have vision. You have vision. You have a ward there.
Jeez, it's a killing
So-
spree.
Oh, own it. Safe word.
Oh, jeez, he's
Yeah, anytime you're
dominating.
going in against a pudgy butt, you want a Serpentine. Similar thing with the Skewer.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You know, it's a very linear movement.
So fast.
What are you gonna do, Dazzle?
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He's super godlike, or beyond godlike,
You
I meant.
wanted out of here, didn't you?
I love it, Morty. I love it.
Well, it kind of seems like this game's over.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Not the game to
Dire's
random
top
Viper.
tower
I don't
is
think
under
Viper was
attack.
a bad pick per se this game. Or a bad choice. The team just had terrible play. And now Terrorblade's just going to take
middle
everything.
tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Whoa, mega kill. Uh-oh. Haha, mega kill.
Your soul lies plundered.
Bum, bum, bum. Alright, so we're really just waiting on the end, kind of. I mean, I know you're going, hopefully, allegedly. See, like, this Demon Edge should now be going towards a Rapier.
Dazzle.
That should be a Divine Rapier.
Fresh mate.
Gyro ult used. Gyro ult immediately. Not so. Okay, he took the Viper ult again.
You remind
Morty,
me.
who was that? I don't know. It's pretty tight. Double kill. Oh,
Double
man.
kill, because good
You
positioning.
remind me of my old boss.
But-
Run, hell.
Yeah, so that needs to be a Rapier. If you get an MKB, then no way. No Strapapis, it doesn't matter. I'm entirely endorsing him getting a Rapier in this game, because that would have been the only way that he would have won this game. Often you want to use your flak before the fight, because 6 attacks happens pretty quick. Right now, you're at 0.71 per second for your attack speed, so you can hash them out really fast. Remember, flak cannon lasts on you for 15 seconds with a 30-second cooldown. So you can kind of stagger that a little bit better to your advantage. I mean, Mafia Cheese, I think at this point, they could have done it. Gyrocopter,
Boy,
Rapier is always a fine item choice as long as you think you can stay alive long enough to kill them all. And then you hope that the Rubik on the enemy team picks up the Rapier after you die. Yeah, not every hero is going to be okay with Rapier. See, this here, I like that you're pushing out right now, but I am concerned that you're just going to lose your
That's
base.
what you get for running.
Actually, with you guys being able to push up like this far right now, I do unfortunately know the outcome, and it's definitely much in their favor, but that was also just like, you just got like a big 6k swing back at you. What's going to happen? Are we going to do a bad Roche fight, and then they just take Roche and end? Uh-oh. Slark killed Prophet top. And he has the gem. He has Abyssal on him too. Boy. Abyssal BKB. I don't know if you guys... Yeah, you can probably do Roche. Uh-oh. Here comes Terrorblade. So you drop your TP instead of the Aquila.
Dark light.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Invisibility!
I only would have like maybe potentially said to do the latter because he smoked and then he noticed. I would have immediately recognized. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Your body was a cage. I just set you free.
Sark's gonna abyss you in 2 seconds. Didn't. He'll wait for you to be up and then he'll abyss you. Because okay, so this is kind of why I was like, oh, you dropped your Aquila? Or you dropped your TP instead of Aquila? Because what I would have done right after finishing that fight would have been TP to the base. Yeah, that's game over. Ja ja!
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh my god!
Radiant's middle barracks
Four
are
in a
under
row.
attack.
He's now dominating! He's dominating, Rick!
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Ownage.
Yeah, the Rubik stealing Viper ult pretty consistently is definitely screwing the Radiant really hard.
Get over it.
Radiant's middle
Get
tower
over
has
here.
fallen.
Oh, ownage. Fresh meat.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's ancient is under attack. Radiant's ancient is under attack.
Alright, well, I mean, we know what happens here. Bible pumps. Bible pumps.
Radiant's ancient is under attack. Victory.
I think that game was entirely within your reach. But a lot of that comes with experience though. So what are your thoughts on that game? Mr. Hopeslayer, what do you think? What do you think? Mafia, we're at 29 now. Bum bum bum. Max Kappa. Alright, you felt exactly what I said. You felt you farmed when I should have fought, and vice versa. Yeah, it really is all about the thought process, and that's one of the hardest things to do with Dota, you know? You know, Hopeslayer, sometimes it's watching your own games that you'll learn a lot about yourself, which is why often people just don't do enough self-analysis. If you actually want to get better, self-analysis is what needs to happen. Yeah, Mafia Cheese is making some great points. So I know that they are appearing above me, but just to make sure that we get it verbally for the record for you. When you're farming, your priority is always going to be the lane over the jungle. If you're seeing people on the other side of the map, or if you feel that it's safe, push the lane. Try to take the tower, chip damage, etc. But you really just got to weigh where everybody is. So part of that's going to come vision, part of that's going to be with game sense, part of that's going to be intuition. Not all of it that you can really do. So I was trying to point out that there were a lot of efficiencies that you could have had when you were in the jungle, but building on that, jungle versus lane, and just things of that nature too. Yeah, use flak cannon earlier too.